Hi, it's Rob from Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, coming at you 1:24 a.m. December 23rd. Happy Christmas Eve. And did my last video and did the walkthrough for South Bay Sports Cards on Sunnyvale. Then I did a video showing some of the stuff that I got out of the Leaf Holiday Bonus Pack and the convention, 43rd National Sports Collectors Convention in Chicago promo pack. And so showed you some of the pickups that I got there. If you want to check out South Bay Sports Cards there in Sunnyvale. I misspoke in the video. It's basically at Sunnyvale, Saratoga, and El Camino. And there's a Walgreens in that shopping center, but you got to go all the way around that little strip mall to get to South Bay Sports Cards. I believe it's actually on Murphy Street. And then like the Feats coffee's across the street. So that was a little confusing. So there's a couple of their business cards there. It's a cool shop, especially if you want to pick up some hobby boxes and entertainment stuff. You know, X-Files, James Bond, Star Trek, Star Wars, all that. They carry some Pokemon and like Magic, those kind of things, but mostly baseball, football, basketball cards, hockey. They do have some retail blasters and stuff like that, some old wax like this. Yeah, pretty good people. Newer stuff, you could probably still get the newer stuff a little cheaper over at the Mojo Sports Break Shop, which just, I don't know, 5 miles away. It's all in the same area, you know. If this half of the screen over here is San Jose up by the mall, and then this side of the screen is Santa Clara, and so Santa Clara, Sunnyvale, and then San Jose. Stevens Creek Sports Cards would be like over here, and then here's like the mall on Santana Row, so it's off Stevens Creek right here. Sunnyvale shop's over here, and then the Mojo Sports Break shop's over here. So they're all within about less than 10 miles of each other, probably like 5 miles of each other. So Mojo, for the new stuff, you're probably going to get the best prices here, especially when they have sales, or if you wait a month or something, they'll lower the prices. The prices on this stuff, these two stores are owned by the same people, so usually the stuff just goes up. So like the Allen & Ginter box over here right now, 2023 at Mojo, is on sale for $99 a hobby box. It's already up to $140, $145 at these two shops, and they started off at like $130, and so they've raised the price. Now they'll give you a discount and bring it down to like $130 or somewhere around there, but you're still paying like $30 more than over here. So you choose what you want to do. Alright, so I got 286 again, because I'm still looking for that Dawson to replace the one that I have. It's damaged. An 86 Flair, which I've never opened before, and an 81 Premier Edition of Flair, which even has the gum in it. So I'll probably be opening these three. Then I do have these two packs. Got all those single cards. The convention I sell. I bought a couple of those. Get to those. Got another 2017 Ginter binder at the South Bay. So that's the thing. You're not going to find this stuff over here at the Mojo Sports Break. Maybe a year old stuff. That's about it. But older stuff, that's why you go to these places, the LCS. So get another one of those. I don't know if I'll do that today or tomorrow, or later today, I should say. A 2021 Gypsy Queen. Maybe we'll do some of that. And a 2022 Goodwin Champions. Now, old Josephine Scriver is in this set. Alright, and so what I picked up over there, I picked up some singles. Of course, for my PC, I got me a 92 Andre Dawson Home Run Heroes from Upper Deck. Go in my binder. These two beautiful opening day, but they came out at the end of the season, basically. Dunross, the dark red, burgundy, or blood red, whatever. Opening day. Looks like old Mike didn't do anything that day. But beautiful cards. These are all in like a dollar bin. Kirby Puckett, same thing, opening day. Then they have the highlights cards, which are like this, but they're kind of blue. Like kind of that blue would be where the red is. And those are beautiful cards too, and those are kind of like, consider these like the Topps update or Flair update sets. Pretty good stuff. Alright, let me get this wire out of my way. And I talked about the Mother's Cookies cards that I really like. Picked up Nolan Ryan Farewell set that I didn't have any idea existed. The Mother's Cookies 93, and I love the Mother's Cookies cards. Those are just excellent. And, I mean, the card stock, even though it's thin, it seems more solid for some reason. They just seem to, I don't want to say having any heft to it. They just seem to be not as flimsy as like Topps, Flair, and Dunross. Alright, out of the Leaf Holiday set, we got this Joseph Nagata prospect. I think he plays for the Eagles. Looks like I'm losing my voice, people, so I doubt any of them guys are going to make a visit tonight. They know that I haven't got that card yet in the mail. So, them watching on their little NSA or MI6 kits, they know what's coming in the mail for me. They're kind of like Santa Claus. They always know what's going on. They just seem to show up at the right time when they know I've got something that they'll like. And if you don't know who they are, you can watch my other videos. And, yeah, I'll leave some comments. And, you know, like I've said before, I'm not, like, trying to pimp out for subscriptions or anything. But, yeah, if you'd like, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And, you know, whether you like it or not, that's fine with me. But, yeah, I'd like to see some people comment, see what they think. I know that some of the stuff I collect isn't as old or vintage as a lot of what other people are into or on YouTube. But there's got to be other people who like the mix and aren't really into graded. But it'd just be nice to have some interchanges with some people. I don't have commercials or anything on these videos, so just trying to find other people who like what I like. Sorry about that. I guess I should take a drink. Alright, and then the other two cards that we, well, the other card I picked up was this 101 promo from the National Convention little set. Leaf Global Graphics Vibrance Yuki Tsunoda. And he's an F1 race car driver from Japan. And it's an unsigned proof, so it looks like it was meant to be a proof of one of the cards they would get autographed. His autographs on these cards are going for a couple $100. Let's just say that's the medium or mean or whatever. And the other one that's a 101 that's like a green, I think it's lower numbered than this one, is going for about 60, so I guess this one would be like 75 to 100. But yeah, racing's pretty big outside the United States, especially F1. So maybe that's somebody here in the States who watches YouTube might be like, oh man, not a lot of people collect what I collect, which is like F1 or soccer or stuff like that. Might be interested in this card. So, there's another reason to reach out. Um, but it's a beautiful card. So, glad to have it in my collection for the time being, but I'm not married to it, as I say. Alright, we got Bob's Burgers up on the screen over here. So, they're running away from the candy cane truck, if you know about that episode. Alright, so let's start with, let's do some of these. So let's get the 86 out of the way. Tops. It's been really disappointing. I've opened about 8 packs in the last 6 months, and I've gotten nothing. Nothing that I really wanted. So we're going to try again. I asked the guy, I was like, hey man, did they do these things in series back then? And like, am I just not getting the right series? I've never come across a Dawson in any of these old ones this last year. And he's like, no, I don't think so. It's just the sets are so big, which I know. So anyways, there's your gum. Stuck on this card here. Popped right off. Did leave a bit of a gum stain, but I don't think that's a card we're going to worry about too much. Alright. Always this one corner that's always pretty stuck. Topps 86 wax pack. Piece of gum. Let's see what it smells like. It smells like nothing really. The pack smells more like gum than the gum. Alright, we'll set that off to the side. Let's see who's on this set. Sandberg. Alright, so Dawson wasn't in the commemorative All-Star set that year, but I did order some of those cards, which I saw only the 2 that I have received recently, the earlier ones. But one of the things I did order yesterday was one of his 88 commemorative send-away sets cards from Topps. That is the one that got damaged, so actually I think I got 2 just to have a backup. Spring Fever Baseball. Just keep your old style here for now. It's the old style beer, not the new style. And these are sort of an old style card and not the new style. So, old style. Terry Harper will represent our old style versus our new style. 86 is a beautiful set. If you can get them in good condition, like that one looks pretty darn good, but not too familiar with him. Alright, I'm just going to have to use this big box they gave me because I don't have any empty boxes that nobody's guessed at with those brown boxes I use for putting cards in when I open. Mark Langston, I know the name, if that's the same one I'm thinking of. Ernie White. There's a poorly centered card of Bill Gullickson. I'd like to get an Expo, but not him. This one's really off-centered top to bottom. Rick Mailer. Here's a good Hall of Fame card that seems off-centered top to bottom. But that's a beauty. Yankees, those look really good on these. But yeah, you can see that centering is so far off on the bottom, which is the right side of the back. But there's Mr. Dave Winfield, Hall of Famer. So centering's not good, but the card's in good shape. So who knows, another 50 years that might be worth something. Mike Heath. Alright, we've got another Hall of Famer. Kind of repeating myself with these guys. Off center left to right a little bit. 60-40 maybe. Mr. Gary Carter when he was on the Mets. Alright. Johnny Lee Master. Not the guy from Smokey and the Bandit, I think, but Jerry Reed, Snowman, Jim Beatty. Alright, another Hall of Famer. Oh, snap. Burt Blyleven. Is he a Hall of Famer? Let's see how many wins he got. He got to be a Hall of Famer, right? The 212 wins there. Set him aside. I think he is. I'm going to get to this card last. Coming up next. Survived being the gum card by 2 cards. Alright folks, these last 2 are stuck together, sorry. Kurt McCaskill, Mark Davis. That's the gum card. You can see there, gum residue. So, we didn't get the card that I was looking for, but we got the card I needed. Or a card I need. Got a little issue with the top left corner, but exposed leaders. Boom. Andre Dawson, the Hawk. There's an old style classic baseball card. Let's see how many leaders he's over here. 10 Rains and runs, hits, doubles, triples, home runs. Dawson. Alright, well, Tim Raines was really running it up that year. Depicted on the front, Andre Dawson, Dean of the Expos Continuous Service since September 7th, 1976. So that, I don't know if I have that in my binder or not. It's right here, but the computer's on it, so I'll have to look later. Okie dokie. Next, 86 Flair. So, hold on. Alright, I resumed. 86 Flair, so you can see this wrapper. I don't think I've opened 86 Flair either. Telling you some of the other things that you can get from them. And you can order, look at that, those old painter's hats. We used to get like these kind of hats of like different bands like Journey or people like that from State Fair back in the 80s. That seems about the right time because I was in middle school, I believe. So, yep, that's cool. Wonder if that's expired offer yet. So anyways, Flair. Alright, Flair lost their lawsuit to Topps. So they stopped putting gum in their cards, so they can't do the stickers. So there you go, Brewers, American League Brewers pennant and sticker. So, let's see, is there anything on the back? Oh yeah, famous Feats. That's kind of cool. That's more of a collectible than the sticker. That's neat. I never knew about these because I told you I didn't really collect Flair. Yeah, because Flair was always a little more expensive. So Jack Chesbro. So that's cool. Huh, that's a set I didn't know anything about. Alright. What do we got here? So these Flair and Donruss definitely started getting better in by like 83, 84. And I think Donruss in 86, weren't those the blue ones that had all the lines on it too? So kind of very similar sets. Tim Birch sauce. Let's take a look at the back. Kind of an ugly urine yellow, lemon yellow. But still, definitely better than the 81 that I'm going to show you here in a while. Alright, not too familiar with these either. There you go, Flair All-Star set. Dan Quisenberry, who was a solid pitcher back in the day and has some very corn starchy feel to him. I never understood. Maybe they put something on there to keep the cards from sticking. You'd almost think it was like some cornstarch that they would put on the gum. That powdery white stuff. Keep the gum from sticking, but there you go. Royals fans. Alright, so the centering's a little off here. Mike Steinhaus. I'm not going to show you the back of everyone. Look at this. Man, talking about looking like an old timer. Jerry Roos. See how long he played up to that point. Got like gray hair going on there. Wow, look at that. So like 1970, 69, started kind of playing in 69 a little bit. 192 wins. 18 wins. 18. So yeah, he's pretty good. You would say those win totals are pretty solid for starting 5 rotation, probably number 2 or 3 guy. And yeah, he was on some good Dodgers teams, so who knows? Did he have any saves? Plus 10 saves, so he's involved in over 200 wins. Rest in peace, but nevertheless, the dude that plunked Andre Dawson in the face and cost all of us the chance of seeing Dawson hit into the 50 home runs in '87 when 40 home runs was a huge deal back then. Hitting 50 home runs in like the 80s would have been epic. But this guy beat him in the face, put him out for like a week, broke his mandible or his orbital or something like that. Later in life, had trouble with drugs, and I think, well, he's dead. Let's just say that. I ain't going to say how he died. So, nevertheless, rest in peace, Eric Shaw. Let's go ahead and show you stats up to that point. 53 wins. It's kind of a middle dude there. Maybe a third starter kind of guy. Had his demons, I guess. Joe Cowley. For Yankees fans, alright, here we go. We got a Hall of Famer. And that's pretty well centered, too. Look at that card, people. Alright, Milwaukee fans. Take a look at that beauty. Robin Yount. It's pretty well centered. No chipping, no corner problems. Number 506, so that's a good one. Reed Nichols. Andy McGaffin. Playing some small ball. Those days are over, huh, guys? Tito Landrum. There's a solid player, Lance Parrish. Got a little chip right there. That's what you get, these old cards. 190 home runs. 260 batting average. And he's a catcher though, so. Mario Soto, I think he's related to Juan. Dennis Lamp and his giant mustache. His broom mustache there. That's a solid mustache, dude. It goes right along with his eyebrows. Bruce Benedict. And John Russell. So, that's a cool card right there. The famous facts in that Robin Yount card, that definitely beat the tops. Alright, time to go a little further back in time. Alright, first time I think I'm ever opening an 81 Flair. Just pretty horrible card, like picture quality and quality control. Them and Dunross were just horrible that year. Alright, I'm positive. And I'm back, so you got an even bigger piece of gum on a Flair. So, of course, they got sued by Topps. Same thing. Has no smell to it unless I got like COVID or something. Alright. Let me make sure. Nope. I can smell that. Alright, so inside of your wax pack for 81. Flair. 17 cards. Your ingredients there. What did you get here? Favorite giant photo button. Alright, Dave Kingman. Tug McGraw, that's Tim McGraw's dad, if you didn't know. Country singer. No Andre Dawson there, I don't see him. Alright, so there you go, Flair. Trying to make a run at Topps. I already got centering issues, but these photo qualities are just really blurry. Ivan De Jesus, Cubbies. There's your backs. Nothing special on those backs. That was when Flair kind of did their backs like everyone else. Vertical or landscape. There's a good player, Dave Parker. But poorly centered, top to bottom, left to right. Put him in the good pile. Rick Matuasi, so you get a common, and then you'll have better centering there. But look at the A on his hat. Talk about I guess that's a registration problem. Look at it's like there's an outline or something, and unless that's the way their hats were. Yeah, they got some gloss to it. It's just hard to tell with that very dull looking photo quality. Alright, Dick Ruthven. Milt May. There you go, Giants fans. Bill Verdon. A manager card, just what every kid wanted. 1981. Alright, here's a good one. Dave Kingman. Who knows, there's a off chance that he could make the Hall of Fame from the Veterans Committee someday. Played a lot of years, solid home run hitter, and that's about it, as far as I know. 6'6", 210 pounds. Born in Oregon. And at this point in time, he had 270 home runs, 1,139 strikeouts, only 720 RBIs. But look at that stretch he had on the Giants. Just average, like 99. 900 hits. I know he played for at least like another 5 years, I think. Boy, percentage 240. Yeah, based on that, at that point in time, I would say no. I mean, he did have 48 home runs for the Cubbies in 79, so that was really good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, not consistent enough. 20 home run guy, 30 home run, but a lot of potential. I don't know, probably not. But Tasty Freeze Dave Kingman card I have still from the original baseball card I think I own, which I'll show someday. Look at the registration there, pretty bad. Tim Herr, Tom Herr, Dick Tidrow, pitcher for the Cubbies. He played a long time, looks like. Not a lot of wins. Hey, there you go. We got Dave Parker and Willie Stargell. Look at that. That one's pretty good. I mean, the centering's not perfect, but it's not the worst. A little off top to bottom, but there you go, Willie Stargell. But see, they're upside down compared to other brands. That's what I didn't like about these. 470, yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame. Yep, 282. Let's see, where's its hits? 2198. So, not as many hits as you would want, but kind of swung for the fences, and apparently he connected. Consistent. 20s, 30s early on, and then started getting in the 40s. Look at that, he did 48 in the early 70s. So, yeah, kind of a Fred McGriff kind of there, you know. Couple 40 home run seasons, and everything else was 20s and 30s. Just played a long time. Played himself right into the Hall of Fame, and well, that's what you do, right? Another Pirate, John Milner. Not too familiar with him. I've heard the name. Okay. Maybe old man Mangini would know about him. Vern Rule without his hat. Got the feathered thing going on there. Catcher for the Cubbies, Cliff Johnson. So, Chuck Tanner, another manager card. Oh boy, thanks. Here you go, Gene Richards. Wow. Ron Scurry. Pirates hats. Wow, a lot of Pirates in this pack. And Larry McWilliams, pitcher for the Braves. So maybe that is just the Braves hat, but it just looked really off on that one. Alright, so nothing there. Okie dokie, so we're 30 minutes into it, so what to do? You know what, I'm just going to open this other 86 pack. And then we can call this video and then move on to those other things. So, no ripping here, that's a good sign on wax. I want to see repack. Not sure what that is. Could be gum. Right, there's the gum. Looks like it's got a little mold stain or something on there. This one's not so great. Straight in the trash. Linda. Yeah. Alright, let's see who we got here. Alright. Yep. Gum card took a hit here as well. But hey, we won. We at least pulled a Dawson team leaders card, the Expo, so that's a bonus card. Jim Sundberg, he was on the Cubs for a while. Tim Cochran. Giants fans. Ricky Adams, remember this guy? I don't. It's pretty close to being centered. I remember this guy, Juan Samuel. Phillies. Alright. Sixto. Lescano. Where's he from? Puerto Rico. There you go. Puerto Rico. Marshall was a solid player. Dodgers fans. Yeah, there you go, Ricky. Buddy of mine back in the day. He was a big Dodgers fan. Ron Davis. Alright. Clint Hurdle. Wrong Expo. Bill Lasky. So see what I mean? Let's take a look at Willie Stargell here. So normal baseball cards, I would say standard. You got the top, and then you turn it over this way, and there's your stats. For whatever reason, Flair decided to do it upside down. So you'd have to turn. It's just awkward. It's almost like whoever designed that was left-handed, maybe, to make right-handers feel some of their pain, maybe. It's just little annoying things like that. Alright, All-Star Tom Herr. Mr. Tommy Herr. Wow, look at this guy. That's funny. Terry Francona. Wow, look at the baby. So, there you go, Mr. Francona. And Quizberry All-Star, didn't we get him already? Mike Esler, Rihanna's former boyfriend. Stuck to another card, of course. Alright, sorry, bear with me, folks. Chris Brown. Not the same. And Ron Goodry. And look at how the gum stain went right through that card. And you can even see the outline of it there. Gotta love wax. Actually do. Don't mind that. That's kind of funny. Circulated card, people. It's kind of bubbled through there. Humidity got in there and did over on Goodry in. And look at those 22 wins. Can you imagine doing that? Not a lot of that anymore. Alright, so another pack of nothing. So Flair definitely won. Out of all that, I mean, we got Willie Stargell, Hall of Famer. Dave Parker, maybe a Hall of Famer someday. Robin Yount, beautiful card. And centering issue there. Centering issues here, top to bottom. Andre Dawson. It's a nice looking one. Expos leader. A little off-centered Burt Blyleven, Hall of Famer. Pretty good centered Gary Carter, Mets, Hall of Famer, and a poorly centered top to bottom Dave Winfield, Hall of Famer. So let's take a look at the Hawk and old Dave next to each other. Very similar kind of players. Benefit of the DH versus not. And yep. Game winning RBIs 19. Of course, this ain't gonna say anything, so there you go. That's going in my binder. Big Andre Dawson fan. Guy who's very similar to Andre Dawson, Dave Winfield. I can appreciate, but don't really collect them. It's just funny how you choose what you like. Alright, so, you know, I mean, when you were a kid, if you pulled how many was that? 4 packs. And these were the superstars at the time. You know, I mean, you might not be too happy about Burt Blyleven just because you don't know who he is or you don't care about pitchers. But I would say out of 4 packs, you pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Hall of Famers and a dude who probably will be a Hall of Famer or should be. Yeah, you'd still be pretty happy, and even at the time not knowing, those were still superstars at the time. So I'd say you'd say that you're a winner. And then if you were me as a kid back then, this card would have fascinated me because it's about a player who was playing in 1904. So look at that, won 41 games in 1904. I'd have been fascinated with that because I love old style classic baseball. Just fascinated with the history of the game, and that would have sparked my interest, and been another fact to file away in my head for some baseball trivia, or did you know that so and so did this? Alright, people, so there we go. I'm going to cut it off there. And Rob at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards saying goodbye, and I'll be right back to do some of this other stuff.